Nation, we represent all in.
Shortest little question. LSU fan came. I get my food.
Roll, baby!
Oh, bitch. Are you that stupid?
I'm not going to sugarcoat things. It's a fucking shit show.
Welcome into CSF Late Nights. I'm Rob Sanders. Thanks for joining us this evening. We got a lot of things planned for you here tonight. We're going to go over some games. Got all kind of cool stuff we're going to get into. Let's welcome into the show my two co-hosts, both coming from Louisiana. I am in Columbia, South Carolina, the land of the Gamecock, which we learned tonight on the Rob and Kale show, by the way, that if you fry a gamecock, what does it taste like? A stale chicken. Anyway, you learn lots of things on the Rob and Kale show. Maybe we'll learn something tonight on CSF Late Nights. I don't know.
A stale chicken?
A stale chicken. Yeah, that's what we learned tonight.
Chicken.
But I want to welcome my co-host into the show. Average Dave is on the bottom. Dave, what's up, my friend?
Not a whole bunch. Just living life, living this National Guard dream.
You look like you're a tired motherfucker, Dave. You gonna be able to hang in tonight or what?
I am good.
All right. And then up in the top right-hand corner, he is 5 foot flat in real life, but he is 7 foot tall in your heart. Welcome in the gnome.
That's me.
That's all you got? Holy shit. Then I better make sure. Let me go to the refrigerator and get another energy drink. I'm going to have to carry this fucking show. Holy shit with you two. Jesus Christ. Andre needs to call up and damn talk so I can go get an energy drink.
No.
You guys.
No, nobody wants to hear from Andre.
Why not?
Because
I heard you were over at his house helping move his dildo collection last weekend. That's a rumor. I don't know.
That shit, that fucking box was heavy as fuck.
Of course it was. He's probably got like that 25-pound crate that's got like big huge plastic things in it.
It said under the bed. That's all it said. It was labeled.
Yeah. Not for children's eyes. And then there's like a disclaimer on the bottom. Don't use these on anything under the age of 18. Yeah, little shit like that. Andre, you dirty bird. Andre's going to call up and kick us in the face.
A terrible thing to call a Saints fan. A dirty bird.
A dirty bird. It's premium dildos. Which, by the way, we may talk about that in a little bit.
Premium dildos?
No. Well, we could talk about premium dildos. I mean, we have to get an expert on for that. Andre will call shortly. But, you know, I was thinking about this the other day when Green Bay came back and beat San Francisco. If you watched the end of that game, bless their hearts. You could see Aaron Rodgers on the sideline. He's like, you know what? I've been looking like a fucking hippie road idiot motherfucker. But these bless their hearts. And you know what? But then the reality is that I still have flashbacks where goddamn the crab thief went out there and threw for 140 yards and they lost by 5 touchdowns.
But
Saints are a fucking weird team right now.
I've said this before on here. That's the beauty of the NFL versus college. You can have that badass week that Green Bay had and bring it around. Whereas you have that kind of a bad week in college football, chances are it's never coming back to you. You're not making the playoffs. Oh, yeah. It's done.
Yeah.
I mean,
but anyway.
Texas got the shit kicked out of him by Arkansas and then came back and beat like Walmart A&M University the next week.
No, they're back. Texas is back.
They're back, baby.
Somebody got pissed because I said something about, and this was on Twitter a couple of days ago, because I think I said something on the air about Boston College beat Colgate in like their first game of the season. I said, well, I think they're going to play Crest next week. And so I got fucking big mad. It was like a throwaway line. I was literally like, hey, they beat Colgate in week 1, and they may schedule Crest next week. Just silly shit. This guy's like, bitching at me. Colgate was like the premium of the eye. Dude, it's a fucking joke. Jesus, I don't give two fucks about Colgate.
Does AIM have a college?
It's like I literally I direct messaged the guy and I was like, look, let me explain something to you. When I come to work, I wear a pair of shorts and a t-shirt, and most days I don't wear socks. Okay? I couldn't walk onto the Colgate campus without getting arrested because they're going to think that I'm a problem. I don't give a fuck about Colgate. Holy
So
shit, man.
they make you wear a t-shirt at work? Like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got to wear a t-shirt.
Not this?
No, I'm not wearing a tank top to work. I mean, I could. I do on the weekends when I'm there working on the weekends, but I don't have to. So, but yeah, it's pretty funny though. Cause like, and that's something else too. Like if I go to a press conference or whatever, I'll dress the part. I'll wear a pair of khakis and a polo shirt and, shoes and all that. And then people who see me out afterwards, they're like, I didn't know you could clean up like that. I'm like, dude, I have clothes. I just fucking don't give a fuck, especially after COVID.
Poor.
It's not an issue of being poor. I mean, I just have clothes. I have clothes that I can wear. I just don't fucking wear them. Jesus. So that's the great thing about radio. You can wear whatever the fuck you want.
That's the great thing about working from home for a year and a half. You can wear whatever the fuck you want.
I wear whatever the blue fuck I want. Fuck
I
all.
wish.
I used to wear a shirt and tie every day to work. And like, just because I was like, I had this kick for a while that like, you dress for the job you want. Then I realized no one at my job gives a fuck. As long as I sound good, they don't give a shit. I could literally get up there and rub my dick on the microphone. No one would care.
Hey, Rob, you're not getting any sponsors with your tie. Can you quit dressing like that, you stupid fuck?
Well, that's what one guy told me. He's like, man, people aren't going to relate to you wearing a tie. They see you as like an escape on the radio. You come in looking like you're damn trying to sell them something. They're not going to buy that. Okay, fine. So when I go meet clients, though, I generally wear like jeans and a polo shirt. Though I try to look the part anyway.
Do you tuck it in?
Yeah,
Exactly.
man, I had a dress. I don't fucking like. This is implication that I don't know how to fucking dress. You crazy? Anyway, welcome into the show. We're going to talk a little college football tonight. Mishi was supposed to give us a report live from Talladega, but I hear she's drunk and stupid.
I'm betting we wouldn't understand a fucking word she had to say.
Yeah, here's Mishi talking. Why is my bra bloody? Because you fell in the gravel again, Mishi.
She would sound like Coach O on Rohypnol.
Anyway, I was going to let her talk about NASCAR for a minute. I was going to give her 60 seconds before I played her the Hulk music, but she's down there. Hopefully she's okay, because that is a shithole. But hopefully she's okay. We don't want anything happening to her.
Is that, and it's only night one. She's got till fucking Sunday.
Yeah, the big race is Sunday.
Yeah, okay. I'm being real with you here. I don't know anything about what goes on at Talladega other than what she told us. All I know is she damaged her titties on some gravel. Her words, not mine. And there were whore buses there. So
was it gravel or asphalt?
I don't know. Something that was hard hit her titties, and now she's got scars on them. What she told us, I have no fucking clue. So they raced for that long.
Was that before or after she went to the bathroom on live air?
Oh yeah, she did that too. One of the highlights.
I was telling some friends about that the other day, and they were like, "If you don't have it on video, then I don't believe it." I'm like, I'm not gonna go look through all this fucking footage to show you this chick.
It's there. Fuck, we've been doing this show. I mean, we've been doing this show almost a fucking year now, haven't we?
October, like 20 something, will be 1 year.
Somebody needs to bake us a fucking cake.
We're on month 11.
Edwin says, "Are you going to quit crushing on LSU for a couple of weeks?" By the way, I posted this in the group. Apparently, someone didn't get enough love as a child, and they look up to me as a father figure. And I don't know how to deal with that. I've got a son. I don't want another son. I've got 2 daughters. But they claim that I post about nothing but LSU, which is absolutely, completely not true. I rip on everyone equally. Here, you're all equally worthless.
I think it's complete bullshit. Yeah,
It's fucking
it's
stupid.
bullshit.
I don't post about LSU all the time. It's pretty funny. Now, what he's upset about is that I thought it would be funny to make a GoFundMe page to pay for his mask, for his face mask that he had to buy when he went to that foreign country in California and watched LSU get their dicks kicked in. And then he had to leave with that mask. So I thought it would be funny if we started a GoFundMe page to pay for the mask. It's just hilarious. It took me about 5 minutes to do, and I was like, all right, whatever. And that has still hurt his soul. He claims I didn't give him the money that was donated. No one gave any money, you dumb fuck. Everybody saw that it was a fucking joke. Holy shit. And that's what's weighed on this poor guy. So he made this comment. He challenged me like we battling motherfuckers or some shit. Like we're doing a rap battle in the fucking streets. He challenged me to not post about LSU for 2 weeks. Okay. And if I don't post about LSU, which I don't normally post about LSU, but okay.
I mean,
then he'll have his he'll change his profile picture to a Clemson picture. So I made him a nice Clemson profile picture that said, I wish that I could support a real team like Clemson, but I support a one-hit wonder with LSU with a big tiger paw. It wasn't anything with nuts on it or some of the mean shit that coach gives fucking fuckstick. It was just a picture, okay? I mean, it wasn't really that savage at all. And this cocksucker backed down from it because he's obviously terrified of it. This is a bet, by the way, that I would not lose. Period. And the reason that I wouldn't, I'm not going to tell you how I would win, but I did post in the Fuckstit chat on how there would be no way that I could lose. Now, this simpleton, which is what he is, he backed out of it really quick like. So I think I'm going to stop calling him a simpleton and just refer to him as a eunuch. Now, he doesn't probably know what a eunuch is. I can't post a picture of a eunuch here because it'll get us booted. But you should Google eunuch, and that is what you are. That is exactly what you are. You are a eunuch, sir. A sissy blue eunuch. So take that and roll with it. So, yeah, I don't have to post about LSU. I don't have to post about anybody. But I guarantee you I would not lose that bet. My strategy for that would have been perfect. He would have been big mad because he would have learned in about 45 seconds after he agreed that Rob's winning this bet.
You see,
and he has to have that profile picture. So
Rob is so in love with LSU. His two co-hosts are LSU fans. That's how much in love Rob is with LSU. We know this.
By the way, I promised Edwin I'd wear an LSU shirt tonight because some of you folks helped out my daughter who's raising money for her orchestra. And Edwin and Jonathan and Mishi all donated to help out my daughter. And I said I would wear an LSU shirt tonight, but I forgot my LSU shirt. So I apologize. We'll wear it before the season's out. I promise.
It doesn't matter. Mishi's a Kentucky fan.
Yeah, Mishi is a Kentucky fan. Bless her heart. Charlie says he tried to get my boyfriend to call the show. Okay. How big of a pussy is Fuckstick for not accepting the corn dog profile prick? Oh, okay. I don't know. But
God damn. That was some sissy ass fucking shit. That was some sissy ass shit.
Wait, hold on. He had a oh, hold on. Let me answer this phone here. Welcome into the show. Good evening.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, Andre.
I've been waiting to hear from you, bud.
I'm gonna get to you in a second. Trust me.
Just before you start, who won that game on Saturday?
Get married, man. You know what I'm saying?
What now? What did you say?
Get engaged. Huh?
What are you talking about? What did you say, Andre? I'm sorry.
You and your boyfriend need to get engaged. Y'all are madly in love, my friend.
Brother, I honestly, I don't.
That Can You Feel the Love song?
I honestly don't post anything at him. He is so butthurt over the GoFundMe I put together. I mean,
I know.
It's still bothering him.
About you, we're apparently got your, in our mouth. I'm like, yeah, no, dude. Come on,
It's
man.
not the
You
way
make
it
no sense.
is. It's not the way. Look, if I were posting every day about LSU, I would admit it, and I would tell him, "Fuck you, win games." That's what I would say. Don't go fucking losing to UCLA. But I haven't been posting
Fair.
about LSU. I haven't. I mean,
Well,
I
that-
wish I did, but I haven't.
That's the common misconception. Battling or fighting with an LSU fan in comments is completely different than posting about said team.
I'm not. I mean, I think I did make a post about LSU today, but I made the post about LSU today because some idiot decided that they were going to they wanted to flood out Tiger Stadium with a hurricane. So I said, if you're going to make comments like that, it's going to be boots to asses, and we're going to mock you forever. So technically, since I mentioned that it was LSU, and I said I'm not an LSU fan, so
And you hope
apparently,
you lose every game.
yeah, I hope you lose every
So you
game, but
didn't go
apparently
the
that's an
gnome route.
LSU post.
You didn't go to gnome route and hope people die in a fire then.
Yeah, I didn't ask for them to die in a fire, but
Andre, I did not do that today. Okay.
I'm very proud of you.
by the way, over and under on when Nome goes back to jail is at 6 days. So it may
I'll take the
if
under.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If LSU loses this weekend, he may pop. He may pop. That'd be some funny shit. All right, so
right
what
there
about
with him, trust me.
Dave? Dave was talking to you about a game. What happened, Dave? What were you saying?
Mr. Penn, I've been waiting for you all week, my friend.
I don't know why. You predicted
I'm
incorrectly,
not-
sir. I did not.
Well, I'm not in love with you like the other dude is with Rob. So don't take it that. But I tell you what. Now look, you didn't say this to be fair, but you did sit there and say, "Oh, UCLA, da." Okay. Now, first of all, let me address the other LSU fans who seem to think that you're not a true fan if you criticize your team.
I
Y'all
criticize them all day long.
suck a big one, all of y'all. If y'all think you're not a fan just because you criticize your team because of what they're not doing in the field, suck it. Straight up. That's it. Number
So,
one.
Andre, are you going to loan some of the dildos that the gnome help you move for them to suck, or they just have to suck their own dildos?
I will give them the most premium ones I can find.
Apparently, they're under your bed.
Tell us about your premium dildos.
Andre, I saw the one that was diamond studded.
That, sir.
Not going to address that.
Prized possessions, man. I
Prized
can't give away my
possessions.
secrets.
Here's what I think. I think you have purple shaded ones with diamond studs on them. That's what I think.
No, you're right in the purple part, but they got like the tiger stripes on them, the yellow tiger stripes. So close enough. Anyway, so Mr. Penn.
I'm an LSU fan. I don't take it that far.
How are you, Mr. Penn?
Fuck me.
If you wanted to, he's got a whole box full.
I got plenty. Trust me. Mr.
Evan
Penn,
with a good
though,
point
so-
here. Mishi entered the chat room. Evan goes, "What's up, Mishi? How's the tits?"
Probably too
Fucking
drunk.
Edward Savage. God damn.
All right, so
Uh.
Mr. Penn, Mr. Jonathan Gorman knows my opinion on this. So I want to ask you a question, okay?
Sure.
So I had a buddy of mine last night. We are talking about LSU. I go to Shreveport every night. We talk about LSU. Well, all he kept saying was, we won. I'm like, you do realize we're up by 2 touchdowns late in the game, and we couldn't run the damn ball again. We almost gave that game away to Mississippi State. We were a freaking onside kick recovery from them winning the game. So why in the hell do people seem to think it's totally fine that we can't run the damn ball, we can't close out games, we can't control the clock, we can't do squat? Please tell me why people think it's fine that we can throw the ball all day long, but it's no problem we can't run the ball. Do we not see a problem with this?
I do see a problem with that. Now, I don't like the fact that we don't have a running game, but I predicted correctly. We were better than Mississippi State, and I think we're better than Auburn. We'll see.
No, I don't think we're better than Mississippi State. We're lucky against Mississippi State.
We're about 2 touchdowns.
Lucky.
17 points.
Close out games. Here's the thing, dude. And here's what I'm thinking. I was thinking this earlier tonight. We're better off being behind and having to throw the ball every damn down than being ahead and trying to close out a game. That's how bad this is.
Nah, I'd rather the cushion at
Better
this
off
point.
than, you know what? We got to get to a shootout. And that's sad. We can't close out ball games. Look, we do that against Auburn, we're going to lose. We do it against Ole Miss, Bama, Florida, A&M, Arkansas.
Yeah.
We do that against those teams, we are screwed.
Everybody knows that when it comes to Florida, we're just a thrown cleat away from a win. So I'm not even worried about that.
I am worried about it.
So you think we're gonna be in the fourth quarter with Alabama? That's cool.
I don't.
Alabama.
Everybody. We can't control the damn ball, and it's ridiculous. Now,
No, our offensive and defensive lines stink. They're terrible. They're
it's
abysmal.
horrible. See, and that's another point I wanted to get to. Okay, so when Orgeron came on board, he wanted to open up the offense, right? We've got all these great skilled players there. Why in the hell? And I had this. That's another thing the guy talked about last night. Oh well, we got some offensive linemen coming in. Okay, why haven't we had offensive linemen that are worth a damn coming the last couple of years? Because you can bring in a freshman. A lot of times, those freshmen are not going to play.
Andre, can I have a minute here? And this is just from the outside looking in. You had a great offensive lineman that decided it would be better to go to Kentucky and play than to stay at LSU. From the outside, it's like, wait a minute. You want to go to Kentucky and play there. They don't give a fuck about football, but you'd rather play there than play at LSU. Maybe there's something to that. I don't know for sure. I'm just from the outside looking in. It's like, what the fuck? An all-American right tackle said, you know what? I'd rather go play at Kentucky than LSU.
You know, Orgeron is a great recruiter, but why haven't we been recruiting decent offensive linemen? You know,
no, but you had one. Hold on now. You had one.
Jim Rosenthal was good.
All-American tackle.
One cannot block for the entire line.
Your offensive line would be better if this guy were on the team, though.
Yeah, one.
Yeah. So having a tackle that's an all-SEC pick on your team is not good?
He's not the entire offensive line. It takes 5.
Fair enough.
That's the problem.
Hello.
You know, you can have one. That's wonderful. What about the other 4? You know, I really feel bad for LSU's running backs. They have no help whatsoever. None.
Wasn't the story today the other kid can't be academically eligible? The NCAA ruled against him or some shit. I don't know what the hell's going on with that.
Emory.
Yeah, Emory's like his appeal was. They told him to go fuck himself.
His appeal was denied.
Wouldn't count on him anyway.
Because the NCAA can do whatever the fuck they want.
It doesn't matter.
Mishi says her phone's about to die.
He wouldn't have no blocks.
I guess Mishi doesn't have power down there in Talladega because her phone's about to die. So
you don't have a McDonald's over there?
Her service is shitty. She didn't answer Evelyn's question about her tits either.
It's early.
Oh, damn it. Oh, man.
So, do y'all think that this entire offensive line problem, not having the guys out there that can play ball, I mean, can we finally hang that on Orgeron's head since he's the guy out there recruiting? LSU fans are sitting there
let me throw this out there at you. This I read a stat that in college football this year that most offensive line he's going for the sleeper.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Bubba. That most offensive line
you gotta lock it.
Yeah, no, he doesn't want to go for the lock. But most offensive lines this year aren't really performing up to par. So the only
most teams aren't performing up to par.
The only one that's graded out is in the ACC and the SEC as far as having above average grades. Boston College has graded out well, but they haven't really played anybody. And there was one other that looked really good, and I can't remember who it was from the SEC. Oh, it was Kentucky. So, but other than that, there aren't very many good offensive line units out there, and they're blaming it on the vid. I don't know if maybe they're not getting to play together much or things got thrown off or what, but it's something that's going around college football altogether.
Georgia doesn't have an 80-yard somebody rushing for over 80 yards this season. So I mean, it's not like, and we talked about this in previous episodes. I mean, it's across the board. Teams are struggling.
I think a lot of teams are struggling.
But it
Not
hasn't
just LSU.
changed. LSU once again did not rush for 100 yards as a team.
Georgia hasn't either.
A team.
But
Okay, you're right.
right. I'm not trying to defend LSU. I hope you guys lose every fucking game you play. But when you look at the total stats for LSU against Mississippi State, what was it? There was a damn it, where I had the box score pulled up earlier. Give me a second. But
I had it
yeah,
earlier.
no, I mean it was the what the hell? My notes are fucked here. Okay, here we go. Total stats for that game. If you look at the box score, Johnson threw for 280 yards. LSU rushed for 63 yards. In fairness, 10 of that, you should have had 73 because the other was on sacks. But you're still right at 300 yards, close to it. So it's not like you're completely a shithole like Clemson. I mean, you did put up some yardage against them. So
you were up by over 2 touchdowns, and because you cannot run the ball, you cannot put away a team that you should put away no problem, and that's my problem. You know,
well, you were outgained by Mississippi State, 371 for Rogers, and they got 115 yards on the ground. So, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't watch all of that game because I was watching something else and working on stuff. But
a lot of that was garbage time.
I think LSU's defense played when it needed to play. They got the stops they needed to make.
Yeah, the defense. Look, I'm actually proud of the defense. You know, to me, you can't blame the defense at the end of the game for Mississippi State. You know, scoring those 2 touchdowns. I mean, my God, they're on the field too damn long.
Yeah,
I can't blame them. You know, but I blame the damn running game. They cannot close out teams.
Didn't Mississippi State beat NC State the week before?
Man, 2 weeks ago, something like that.
Blow, dude. That's a low blow.
Look,
dude.
that it doesn't bother me. Look, someone was talking to me about saying that I try to throw shit away about the Clemson team.
It was a serious question.
Clemson is a shithole right now. I have no problem saying that. They have one of the worst offenses in the country, and they should be ashamed of themselves. And I tell you what, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and we take the Tiger Paw very seriously here, okay? They should go out on the field when they play at home this week. Normally they wear the what is it? At home they'll wear orange. I think it's white on white, or it might be orange on white. You get to wear, you don't get a Tiger Paw this week if you're on offense. You have been nothing but a fucking disgrace, and you are terrible, and you don't deserve to wear the Tiger Paw. You need to earn that shit. All that shit needs to be taken off. You play in blanks until you can fucking get your shit together and start looking like a goddamn football team. So we can talk about Clemson all you want. They are fucking terrible. And that the defense has earned their stripes, but that offense plays like fucking South Carolina. They are horrible. They are horrible. And the reality is that when you look at them and the way, like it's on little things too. There were effort plays in the NC State game where the wide receivers weren't coming off the line and making blocks like they were supposed to. Just stupid shit like that. That's not the culture we have at Clemson. If you're not going to run down the field and make blocks, go fuck yourself. You don't get to wear a Tiger Paw, and you can sit your ass on the bench. I'll get out there as a fucking wide receiver. I'll knock him motherfucker in his mouth. Seriously. Plenty of other fucking people will too. If you're not playing with any fucking heart, get the hell out of here. I wish I could play on the offensive line. I would in a fucking nanosecond. My fat ass could knock somebody down. I might be good for 2 plays. 2. After that, bring out the stretcher. Be fucking done. But those 2 plays, though, I'd be hurting somebody. Damn right.
Do you think that South Carolina's got a chance to beat Clemson this year?
No. Let's not get too silly here.
Let's not get crazy.
Let's not get too silly here.
Wow.
No, South
the
Carolina.
deal will not let you live that shit down for 10 years.
No,
if it does.
no. The real talk. South Carolina has a lot of issues, and their issues are Will Muschamp forgot to recruit the offensive line for 3 seasons, and they don't have anybody playing wide receiver. So Clemson's not going to have any issue for them. I think Clemson will probably shut them out. They probably
Do
won't
they
score.
even know who their coordinators are?
Yeah, I mean, well, no, let me make sure I put this out there. Coach White, Clarence White, their defensive coordinator, is outstanding. And he's not going to be there next year because he's too good of a fucking coach. He took a defense of nobodies, and the South Carolina defense is pretty good. They run a 4-2-5, and it's basically the mentality is we're going to let you eat us up in between the 20s, but after that, you're going to have a problem. So there's that. I mean, their defense is actually pretty decent. They're going to finish in the middle of the SEC. I believe that.
I think that's the same.
Edwin says he's 100 and he can go for more than 2 plays. But Edwin, I'm going to knock some people out. I mean, there's going to be some fucking targeting on my side because I'm going to kill a defensive lineman. This is after the play's over. I'm going to project myself like a missile with my helmet first, and I might kill myself. That's why 2 plays is all I got. Then I'm going to take out the 2 best defenders. Then I'm going to kick the ref in the nuts on the way out. Damn right. Make shit easy. That's what's going to happen.
Known shit.
Rob Skalski.
Fucking neck roll. Fuck him too. He was annoying the shit out of me the other day. Hey, you know what? He popped his shoulder, and all right, I understand, but they told him he could go back in. He's like, nah, get out of here with all that shit, man. Man. That's all right, though. You know what his replacement did? Ended up being ACC linebacker of the week. So you know what that means? When you come to practice this week, you better tape that motherfucker up. Because the guy that's behind you fucking is a fucking player. And he'll take your fucking spot in a second. So go on down with all that. We can talk about Clemson all night.
Guy, when I played ball,
tons of teams to talk about.
Ball, he broke his damn nose in the middle of the game. Kept on playing, dude. They won't do that shit no more. They're not tough.
So, well, not to make me sound like I'm all macho man or whatever, but I played basketball my freshman year of high school at Callaway County High School and in Kentucky. I broke my foot on one play, finished out the half, and then hit 2 threes in the second half, and then broke my other foot. So, but kids aren't tough anymore, man. Got a bunch of pussies playing nowadays. Mike Reese says, I'm targeted, thrown out. Yep, that's what I would be. That's what I'd be good for.
Oh, that's your nickname. That's your nickname, Rob.
That's what would happen to me is I'd get thrown out of a game in a minute. I don't like my mentality with football. Like they have this whole thing of you have to control yourself and shit like that. But no, my mentality with football is I would have to play on the offensive line, and my thing would be I can't be doing any of this pussy pass blocking thing. We're going to play straight man, and I'm going to have to, like, that's my guy, and my job is to put him on his ass. That's all I can do. I'm too stupid to do anything else. It's just knock that guy in his teeth. Yeah, I can do that. This whole, like, shimmying back to pat, fuck all that. I want to play for fucking Army where your job is just to kill this guy, and none of it matters. So, anyway. I'm too stupid to get into the military academy, though. So that happened.
When I was looking at the picks for last week, I was going to pick Boston College, but then they lost their quarterback, so I picked their opponent. But then they ended up beating the shit out of them, right?
No, so, they won by 7 in overtime. There was an overtime. Yeah.
So, is there any relevance to the idea that Boston College could be the team in the ACC this year?
I like Wake Forest, but Boston College is right there. They're 4-0. I mean, they do have that win over Colgate.
Well, I mean, the bigger question is, can Clemson beat them by 15? That's really the bigger question.
I say no. Look, Clemson put up 14 points in regulation against NC State. So to say they're going to beat Boston College by 15 is a little far-fetched for me. Just a little bit.
the game I'm going to be watching.
Boston College and Wake Forest to be the torchbearers of the ACC. I
Well,
wouldn't have said that in a million
the
years.
shitty
I would
part-
have said Clemson or maybe Miami.
The shitty part is they
North
both play in the
Carolina.
Atlantic, so only one of them can go to the ACC championship game, and it's probably going to be against. I mean, the fucking Coastal is garbage. Virginia Tech lost to what? West Virginia. I guess they're kind of the best team over there, but Pitt I thought was going to be pretty good. They went to Tennessee and won, then went home and lost to Western Michigan. How do you lose to a directional school from Michigan? How the fuck does that happen?
I mean, LSU
We're
can't even
West
do that.
Coastal. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. So the Coastal is garbage, and Clemson has to win out and hope that NC State loses twice, which could happen because NC State's not that good either.
Now, this year, Notre Dame is not considered a part of the ACC, right?
Nope.
Right. They're not an ACC member like they were last year. No, sir.
Right. So I was very unimpressed with them in the first, 2 or 3 weeks, but then they throttled somebody this past weekend.
Well, they beat Wisconsin, but that was kind of inflated because the Wisconsin quarterback threw 2 pick sixes, which isn't going to happen every week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't say, hey, that you can count on that every week. I think Notre Dame is one of the biggest frauds in football. I think Cincinnati is going to spank that ass this weekend.
I
really
agree.
do.
Well, it's
Tell us about LSU and
I want
Auburn.
mayhem.
Tell us about LSU and Auburn, man.
I don't know, dude.
Well,
I don't
goddamn,
know.
say
Dude, if I
something
would've
worthwhile.
last night to somebody,
I got to
think
get
about
a
it,
drink, so
19,
do your thing.
19, the best damn team we've had trouble with Auburn. So who knows, man? That's a tough game. What do y'all think about it?
Well, Auburn and LSU is always tough.
yes.
The fact that it's in Auburn, I'd lean a little bit, but surprisingly, the line is in favor of LSU.
About every 5 years, either way, maybe Auburn wins 3 touchdowns, LSU wins by 3 touchdowns. But other than that, it's always the fucking
That's
close
a
game.
one-possession game.
I'm completely surprised, like you said, David, that it is a 4-point spread, and LSU it's 2. Well, I'm going by
Yeah, it's not
But-
in Baton Rouge. I was wondering.
no, it's in Auburn, and LSU is still favored, which is completely
it's
baffling to me.
Louisiana, Tiger Stadium, ESPN.
It's a Tiger Stadium. Yep.
Oh, well, maybe that's why we're
game in
favored.
Death
Oh,
Valley.
man, what kind of LSU fans are y'all? You don't know what a game is.
Oh no. Well,
I don't look at schedules.
Fake fans. Fake
I
fans.
look at the line. I look at who we're playing.
you're right. It is. You're right. It is at LSU. You're right. But still, even at LSU, I'm surprised that LSU is the favorite. I mean,
They played a tough game up in Penn State.
Auburn's ranked 22. LSU. I mean,
We must be ranked 26th.
Look, here's my thinking on this game, and I could be wrong, but here's what I got. Brian Harsin doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. I don't agree with firing a coach in the middle of the season. He fired his wide receiver coach fucking 4 games in.
Yeah.
They are 3-1. They have 2 wins over a couple of nobodies, and then they beat Georgia State. TJ Finley had to come in and rescue them did you see the play where he is falling down and almost hit by everybody on the Georgia State defense and ends up throwing the ball into the end zone? I don't know who's going to start at quarterback for them. The reality is that it comes down to this. If you're at this point of the season and you don't know who your fucking quarterback is, and one of those quarterbacks is TJ Finley, who couldn't, pick up the offense at LSU, you got problems. So it's a night game in Tiger Stadium. If you guys don't win, I think there's a fucking problem there. I really do. So
I think there's already a problem there.
There's definitely.
we'll get you an Auburn tank top. We'll get you an Auburn tank top, man, if that make you feel better.
I think LSU wins by a field goal.
I could see it.
You think
I
that
could
close?
also see it the other way.
Yeah, me too.
I said I think LSU wins by a field goal.
Okay. We heard you the first time.
Oh, I thought you said what?
No, he said he thinks the same thing too. That's strictly to keep his job. He's a fucking clown. Okay. Fair enough. I'm not buying into Harsin at all. I think he's a fucking idiot. So
Man, it was a dumb hire, but oh well. Anyways, I'm gonna get the phone, y'all. Let somebody else call. I'm gonna say two things before I leave. First of all, Rob, respect Kirby Smart. He is a coaching god and roll tide off a cliff. Y'all have a good one.
Hey, Andre.
Yeah.
Acadiana's gonna whoop Ash's ass.
Okay, you can suck it.
Bye.
Mike says I shut off comments because his bitchy Tigerettes lost. No, sir. No, nobody shuts off comments around here. It's not like how the group was when I first entered it, and I would say things like, "Oh, I don't know. Joe Burrow failed at Ohio State and had to come to LSU for quarterback time and got muted by the pussy admins we used to have." I don't do things like that. You're free to say things whatever you want here. Just make sure you let us know who your team is, because
and if they're funny, we'll read them.
Wait, you're not free to say
whatever.
whatever.
We'll be happy to read them.
You're not free to say whatever you want. Say some hurricane shit, and we're gonna have a motherfucking problem.
Is he a Hurricanes fan? Is Mike Reeves a Hurricanes fan?
No. I said hurricane shit, not hurricanes.
Oh, like okay. I thought you were talking about Miami. I'm sorry. No, you can't wish that Tiger Stadium would get flooded out by a hurricane. Some fucking pussy shit to say that. But
sometimes when they're playing really bad, I wish a hurricane would flood them out. I don't care.
Oh, God. Jesus, Dave. What the mute, Dave? Dave, I'm muting you for 10 seconds.
So,
I'm muting Dave for 10 seconds. All right, there you go.
Hey, Dave, where were you for Ida?
All right, now he can get unmuted. There you go.
I was in my living room.
You were in your living room in
Violet, Louisiana.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so I
was watching shingles blow across. I was watching fences.
Yeah,
get torn down. I moved my love seat into this gigantic window in the formal dining room. I was just with an MRE.
All right, caller, welcome to the program. Good evening.
What's up, you magnificent bastards?
Hey,
shit.
Hey, it's Edwin. They took him a phone in the nursing home. Look at that. This late at night.
Every so often, they'll wheel one down to me. So that way I get to talk to you motherfuckers.
Edwin, I have to ask, man. How much are you paying to fuck the nurses? Come on now. I know you get some good trim up in there. You're paying for it.
My dick is so big that they let me stay for free.
Shit.
Hey, so Mike answered your question, Rob. He answers who his team is.
Oh, it's Mississippi State. Well, bless your heart. Evan, what do you have for the show this evening, sir?
Man, I just calling to see what all you slapdicks were talking about, because obviously there's very few of y'all that have any idea about what's actually going on in college football.
Well, educate us, sir.
Edmund, turn your TV off.
I walked in the other room because I was trying to watch that shit too, because it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because
right.
Can you see that? We're giving you the thumbs up, sir.
Are we now where we can talk and it's not bothering y'all as far as the TV's going?
Yeah, go ahead, Edwin.
All right. So, Rob.
Yeah.
Are you really gonna be able to handle it for 2 weeks, or is that gonna hammer your ass? That's what I want to know.
I put into the fuck stick chat how I would absolutely guarantee that I would win, and I would absolutely, there would be no way for me to lose. I mean, it would be like let me put in LSU terms for the LSU folks. It would be like Joe Burrow playing against a middle school team. There is no way in hell that I would lose. Absolutely no way in hell. I guarantee.
That when you put it in there.
Yeah.
And I explained to my wife that that's exactly why I will never lose a bet to fuck stick, because there's always, I mean, they're not smart enough to understand how it actually is going to happen.
Right. But don't give it
I
away.
do that,
But
but
if you seen what I did,
I'm not going to give it away.
that guarantees that I would not lose. Right?
Oh, there's no doubt.
There's no doubt.
There's a couple of things that we are very similar on.
Yeah.
And that would be one of them.
Yeah, I'll make bets and stuff like that, but when it comes to something silly like that, I knew as soon as he put it out there, I was like, I'm gonna win this because
exactly.
And
just muted Rob for 2 weeks.
No, well, the thing is that I wasn't gonna. It was just not gonna happen. So, but I knew that he would back down, and of course he did. So,
yeah. All right. Well, obviously, I disagree with Andre on some things. Love Andre to death, but talking about LSU, right? You know that I'm not just Homer LSU, period. Right? Sure. I believe what I believe as far as how things work. All right. And yeah, there's a lot of things that Andre sees and other people see and see that this isn't working, that's not working, you know, this, that, and the other. That's not strictly a Orgeron thing. Okay. Now, there's a lot of things that I don't agree with that Orgeron does. But it's not strictly we can't run the football because the offensive line sucks. A lot of it has to do with the fact of the play call. Right? There's a lot of things that can be done that can open up the running game.
Play calls, schemes.
And if we don't do that, I mean, you can take pressure off your offensive line. Are they great? No. But what are they being asked to do? That's what people don't understand. Right? What are they being asked to do? And how
Where are screen passes?
That's my problem with LSU right now. They don't understand what it is they're trying to do. Now that is an Orgeron problem. Right? He has to fix that. Once he does, then we'll figure out how fucking good they are. Because honestly, right now, I don't know how good they are. I know they're very talented, but are they going to be one of those that can compete with the Alabamas and Clemsons and Ohio States and the Oklahomas and, you know, all that? I mean, we don't know. We'll see.
That's a fair thing.
That's my difference, you know, my thoughts on.
Well, but in fairness, sir, so do you think that they should simplify what they're trying to do and just tell the offensive line, look, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have basically 8 plays, and you'll know we're going to work really hard on those 8 plays, but a lot of it's going to be, I want you to knock the guy in front of you right in his kisser. And if he touches the quarterback, I'm going to kick the shit out of you. I mean, do you think that's what they need to do? Do you think it's too complicated, the system they've got in there?
I think what you're saying is too simplified, but yes, I think they need to simplify it. Because here's the whole deal. Run what you're going to run. But we've got to slip that back out. We've got to do, you know, so give us an option. All right. Whether it's run the RPO, if you want to run the RPOs, run them. You have to commit to that. All right. You can't just go, okay, we're going to run RPOs, you know, 25% of the time. It's not the way that shit works. It's kind of like for years and years back when Georgia Tech, Army, Navy, all the service caddies running the freaking
Triple option.
wing T stuff and triple option stuff. Okay, you got to commit to it and you got to run it. If you don't, then you're not worth a shit. But if you do, then eventually we're going to get you. Right? Well, it's kind of like that. All right, with the RPOs, either you're going to run them or you're not. All right, so don't just dabble in it. All right? If you don't want to do it full time, don't run something else and go from there.
With the RPOs though, with respectfully with the RPOs, I mean it is a run pass option, so it should be the same blocking either way, right?
Yes and no, because if you're sitting there running gap scheme stuff and you're running power stuff, and then all of a sudden now you switch to RPOs, it's a whole different blocking scheme, right. and that's the problem. Make it simple. I mean, make it easy for them. Right? That was one of the things when and fuck Auburn forever. All right. But that's one of the things when Malzahn was with Auburn, especially early on when he was the offensive coordinator. All right, he sat there and ran the RPOs, and this is, I mean, we're stuck with it. Period. Doesn't matter what the shit's going on. This is what we're going to do. That's what made it work. All right, you can't just jump out there, you know. Okay, 2 or 3 plays, you know, in 5 series, and it's going to be okay. You have to lure them in, period. It's just like I said, it's just like running a couple options. Okay, you run that freaking fullback, dive, and now all of a sudden you run the pitch, or you run a tight end pop, or whatever. Now all of a sudden it's freaking 6 from 80 or 90 yards. You know, I mean, boom, it's done. Same thing with your RPOs. Right? If you're gonna run it, run it. If you're not, then run the power stuff and then run the play action off of it.
We'll have to see how that works out. I mean, what you're saying makes sense. So
I mean, I'm shit. I'm a freaking old retired ass high school football coach. What the fuck do I know? All right,
well,
but
I mean, but what you're saying does make sense though. If your linemen look confused, make it more simple for them. I mean, that's basically make it where, look, all right, I want you guys just to do this, and then we're gonna try to get really good at 7 different plays, and then go from there. I think that would be smart, but then people are going to be like, well, you're running a Les Miles style of offense.
I don't think it's just about.
I mean, true, but not true. I mean, as long as you're not sitting there running that sandwich between tackles, you know, 90% of the damn time, then you know you don't have that. All right. The problem with Miles,
I want people to run a fucking fullback. Give me a fucking fullback.
I'm just gonna run over your ass. But he didn't have the ability to do that. He didn't in the backfield, but he didn't have up front. And that was the problem.
I want to bring back the fullback, Edwin. I want to bring back the fullback. Give me a fullback pitch, damn it. Where is that at?
Now, I'll be honest with you, I have no problem with that whatsoever. I mean, I think you get down, you know, close, or you get, short yardage or whatever. By God, you ought to be able to, right? We're just fixing to enforce our will on you. I mean, that's the way the game's played.
Yep.
Right? I don't like Oklahoma State, all that shit. I think that's bullshit. That's not football. Yeah. But we have progressed since then, and all us old fuckers, we don't know what we're doing. So
I don't think it's just about the offensive line being confused.
That's my fault. That's, where it works.
Well, thank you for calling the show, Edwin. We appreciate you, brother.
Later,
brother. Y'all have
See
a
you later.
great night. Appreciate what y'all do, and don't let Dak, fuck with you.
You ain't fucking with me. Shit. Have a
Bye,
good night,
buddy.
man. All right,
See
there
ya.
you go. All right, Edwin joining the show. What he said makes a lot of sense.
The problem with RPO is if your offense doesn't really understand the intricacies of RPO, it becomes really difficult because say you've got an athletic quarterback that strings out the play. Well, now your offensive linemen are downfield, so if he launches it, it's an ineligible man downfield. There's so many things that an inexperienced offense that's running a system they don't understand can run into, and they can murder themselves worse than the defense can. So for me,
I want a fullback, damn it. Bring
I
in
miss
the
fullbacks.
fullback. I love a good fucking
Mike
fullback.
Allstott.
Yeah, Mike
That guy used
Allstott.
to hammer people.
We
But-
used to have a guy at Clemson. God, I can't remember his name. Oh, Chad Jasmine. Chad Jasmine would line up, and you knew, fucking, if it was first and goal from the 3, Chad Jasmine was scoring. Don't give a fuck who it is. He's gonna run somebody over and get in the damn end zone. I miss that shit.
Skalski could be a fullback. I could see that for Clemson.
Skalski's too small to be a fullback, but
I
He could hit
just
somebody.
I don't think it's just about the offensive line though. If you don't run that RPO enough to confuse the defense, then it doesn't matter what the offensive line is doing. The defense is going to be set up for that 4 or 5 times you do the RPO. So it's not just about your offensive line being confused by the RPO. You have to keep running it and running it and running it and running it. I don't know if that's what Coach was saying, but you can't just run it here and there. I don't think it's overly confusing.
I don't know. I did pick LSU to win this weekend, so I could use some help. Fucking pick them, you cunts. Win a game for us here. Jesus Christ.
I'm doing terrible on the pick 'em.
Go to bed, boy. It's late. Go to bed.
Anyway, I chose. Now this is about the spread, right? This is about the spread.
Yeah.
I picked Auburn.
Okay. You picked Auburn. Okay.
That's because of a 4-point spread. If it was a straight up pick 'em, I'd have picked LSU. But the 4, I don't like it.
Like there were 2 lines that I looked at this weekend that didn't make sense to me. One of them was Boston College is a 15-point dog at Clemson, and LSU's not favored by more than 4. I don't understand those 2 lines. I mean, I just don't get it. I know it's time for you to go to bed.
But I thought Auburn would have been favored.
I'm surprised that Bama is a 17.5-point favorite at Ole Miss. I mean, hosting Ole Miss.
And I said this on my show earlier. You're not going to go broke if you're betting on Nick Saban. So I'm betting on Nick Saban.
Yeah, I two things I learned last week. One of them is what Rob just said. Yeah, I'm taking those fucking points. With Bama's got that, and 2, I didn't think Georgia was gonna fucking handle their business last week.
Yeah, you thought fucking all stupid on that one. They covered in the first quarter.
I looked at that and I was like, does that say 1:55 left in the first quarter? Is it 35 points with a minute to play in the first quarter?
How many y'all giving Georgia this week? Yep, good. Or not Georgia, the other team.
They're playing Arkansas, so maybe Arkansas will get them. I don't know. Fuck, man.
Well, I don't remember what it was, like 12 or something. Like,
oh yeah, it's 18 for
18
for the Arkansas matchup.
I'm gonna take Arkansas.
Georgia defense is outstanding, man. Arkansas is
outstanding, but is the Georgia offense outstanding?
You want to know a stat that'll piss off Georgia fans? You know who leads the team in touchdown passes? Stetson Bennett III. He's got more touchdown passes than JT Daniels does. Georgia fans, you mentioned that. Motherfucker,
Who gives a fuck?
Fucking shut up.
Right?
Man.
Are they some kind of experts at winning? I mean, they haven't done it since 1980. Like, I mean, if that's how y'all are winning, then so fucking be it. I mean, if the Saints won a Super Bowl this season because Taysom Hill threw more fucking touchdowns than fucking crab legs, I'd be perfectly fine.
It's the thing you're missing though is that they blame last season's 2 losses on Stetson Bennett. That was the big thing with Georgia. Georgia was like, well, we lost the 2 games because we had a 4-foot midget at quarterback, and that's why we lost. If we had JT Daniels, we'd have beat Alabama. We would have beat Florida. Seriously, that's their mentality. And then he comes back this year. They got 2 5-star guys. Carson Beck was told, hey, you're the number 2 starter or the number 2 guy behind Daniels. And then all of a sudden, they start running Stetson Bennett out there again when Daniels gets hurt. So it's like, let's just blow off the 5-star guys. And, Stetson Bennett, who is a 4-foot midget, according to the Georgia folks, and cost them the Alabama game. Let's just put him
I love how, and it's not one particular game. It's different games, different fans, where there's this one guy that fucking puts it all on the line for a whole game for 3 3/4 of a quarter. And then they fumble the ball or they throw an interception at the end and they lose the game. So all of a sudden it's that guy's fault. But yet, I don't know, he threw for 400 yards or he rushed for 150 yards and 3 touchdowns. All of a sudden it's that guy's fault. Wait, you shouldn't have been in that situation. How can it be that one guy's fault?
Yeah, I agree with you, and it should have been it shouldn't have gone as far as it did with Bennett, but they fucking hate that guy, man. It's fucking insane. So, all right. So, are we all picking LSU to win this weekend or not?
I am.
I'm picking LSU to win.
All right. Are we picking Clemson to win this weekend?
Wait, are we talking about the spread or not?
No, I just asked if you were picking. Look, the spread's too close for the LSU Auburn game. The Clemson game, I don't think Clemson's going to cover. I think Clemson will win, but they won't cover.
Clemson's going to win. Yeah, Clemson's going to win.
So yeah.
I'm going to pick BC.
To win.
To win.
At this juncture, it's a fair statement.
I'm going to pick BC.
BC fucking may win. Who knows? BC's got something that that'll make Edwin's old dick hard. They've got damn 5 seniors starting on the offensive line, backed up by 4 juniors. Some shit. I mean, they've got continuity, and you tell them to block, and they fucking block.
Well, that goes back to if you can do that, that goes back to college basketball, where these I'm not going to say Boston College is a small mid-major, because they're not. They're Power 5. But these types of teams, if you can keep those players, whereas Clemson, LSU, Alabama, Oklahoma, these guys are gone by their junior year. They can keep these guys, these experienced guys, and stack them like that. Hey, it goes a long way. And this is the kind of shit you could see. And hey, go Boston College. I'm not saying I'm pulling for them. I'm not saying I'm not. But shit, if they go 5-0,
you might as well pull for them. You pull for all these other fucking teams, so you might as well add Boston College to the mix.
No. There's a difference between pulling
Boston College up next to that Duke uniform you got.
There's a difference between pulling for a team and being a fan of a team. Okay, all I said was I may or may not pull for Boston College. I may or may not have been pulling for NC State. I don't know. I mean, I do know because I was watching the game.
Pulling for them. I think that Boston College could arguably beat Clemson. Like I'm reasonably certain that I think that Arkansas can play enough defense to where they'll cover that spread. I think that Ole Miss will score enough points to cover their spread. I'm not saying that those teams are going to beat Georgia and beat Alabama, but I think those 2 teams can cover those spreads. Those are big spreads.
That's what I thought last week with the Judge game. That shit did not work out well.
Do you think that Ole Miss offensively is better than Florida?
Yes.
So Florida was right there with Alabama.
Yeah, but the game was in the swamp too. It wasn't.
I think that was a fluke. I think if they replayed that game, Alabama would smoke the piss out of Florida.
I'm not dealing in ifs. What happened happened.
You said if.
When did I say if? If about what?
Hey, no, you're right. You didn't say if. I just heard it.
What the hell are you talking about? Andre says J-Lo is a fan of 15 teams.
I think it's funny that we call him J-Lo.
Kind of weird calling him that. They would call him J-Lo with a straight face.
I can't, but
although I did tell him earlier to go back to his tree and make some cookies.
No, I mean my favorite are the sandwiches, with the chocolate in the middle. The vanilla cookies with the chocolate in the middle. And they're shaped like little.
How long do those take to make in your tree? How long do those take?
Well, it depends. These days, it's tough to get the ingredients, and most of those motherfuckers are collecting unemployment. So
is COVID fucking you?
Yeah,
lots of people who don't show up to their trees.
Yeah, it takes about 2 weeks to make a box.
Get the fuck out of here. It's not as fun when you're like, yeah, we bake fucking cookies. Fuck off, Rob. It's not as much fun then.
Well, I mean, I've already told you like 6 times that I'm a fucking gnome, not a fucking elf, but whatever. I'll play along.
Elf and gnomes are the same thing.
No, they're not.
People that bake
have you ever watched fucking
Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings? Elves are like tall and shit.
No, I wouldn't say tall.
Okay, they're taller than me, and probably Rob.
Everybody's taller than you. What the fuck does that matter? So no. Anyway, so there's some of our picks. We're gonna be back at it next week though, and if you like the show, let's put some more people to tell them that we're here at 11 o'clock on Wednesday nights.
Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe on the YouTube channel.
Under on Bama 75. Oh, gotcha.
I can see that hitting the over, and I think Ole Miss covers.
All right. Well, here's the deal. Here's what we'll do. If we get 25 people watching the show at one time, Jonathan will bake us all cookies.
I like grasshoppers.
All right. Well, Andre wants to see you twerk. You guys want to go on a date or something? What's up with that? I ain't into all that. All right. Well, it's been fun.
My computer is on the bar right now, and if I get off of this bar stool, I can barely reach over the bar, so you're not gonna be able to see my ass. Sorry, Andre.
Holy shit. All right, guys. Have a good night. We'll see you next week.